Hi, I'm Pam Fox. Thanks for tuning into my channel. So this month is July and we're doing a 30-day Crush Your Fitness Goals challenge. And I did a video, I'll post it or link it below, about how to set yourself up for success when you're taking this challenge. And so if you haven't watched that, I hope you'll go back and take a look at that. It's just basically what I found works for me and what I think makes sense. A few simple things you can do and think about to set yourself up for success in taking this month's challenge. And so, you know, if you're taking the challenge this month, awesome. If you're just kind of thinking about it, I hope you'll keep tuning in here throughout the month. I'm just going to be here to attempt to inspire you and encourage you, because if you know me, you know that I'm all about nutrition and about plant-based eating, and I just think that's just where it's at. That's such an important, if you're trying to improve your health, that's really the first step. But exercise is the second step. And if you're trying to lose weight, I say this all the time, it's really all about the food. That's the biggest component in weight loss is the food. So if you're just not paying any attention to your diet, or if you're calorie restricting and then you're trying to do the exercise as the sole, way to lose weight, you may lose some weight, but that's not setting yourself up for success long term. So you've got to think long term. You've got to think sustainability. Do you want to be just another person who lost some weight and put it back on again? It's so common. So it's really all about the food. And then once you get your food straightened out and then you start incorporating exercise, it's just so much easier. Exercise is so much easier. It's so much more enjoyable. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel quite as hard. Obviously if you're pushing yourself, there's going to be challenges, but it's so much easier when your fuel cells are full and when you don't have, inflammation and swelling and pain and all of these obstacles. So I'm really passionate about this. I've always been pretty passionate about exercise, even though for most of my adult life, I haven't been able to do it. Actually, my degree is in exercise physiology. When I first got out of college, I worked for a very short period as a personal trainer, and I hated it because, and I've talked about this before, but because my clients, most of them failed. Most of them, their goal is to lose weight. Most people hire a personal trainer because they want to lose weight. And so then, because I had no say over what they were eating at that time, and I had no real education or very little education in nutrition, and even what I did know was all wrong in my opinion now, it was all about the exercise back then. They weren't addressing the food. And so then they wouldn't reach their weight loss goals, and I would be a failure because I was the one they hired to help them do that. So I hated it. But I'm still very passionate about exercise. All my life I have been, deep in my heart, in the back recesses of my mind, even though, like I said, I haven't been able to do it. But and so this month I'm going to be here sharing these little videos, inspirations as the best I can to help motivate you and keep you on track and push you. Because if you can do this for 30 days, you've heard this a million times, if you can incorporate a habit for 30 days, it's more likely to become, an actual habitual, something that you can do long term. So just keep in mind, try to commit to it for 30 days. And just keep in mind that it's 30 days. Don't think long-term right now. Just think 30 days, okay? So what I want to talk about specifically today is this idea that I don't have time to exercise. And while I get that, some people are really, really busy, there are ways around that. And one of the ways around that is to, don't look at exercise as this thing where, I've got to put my sports bra on, and I've got to get out the special shoes, and I've got to get out the special spandex, and I've got to get in my car and go to the special place. And yeah, that can take up a lot of time if you're really, making it a big deal, which is fine if you want to do that. But if you don't have the time for all of that, there are other options. And so that's what I want to talk about really quick right now. Here on YouTube, there are a lot of people in the, fitness and exercise arena who are doing all kinds of videos in all kinds of different, areas of exercise. So, you can find all kinds of yoga videos, really gentle exercises, just you get the picture. There's just a lot on here. And so one person that I discovered, well, I've known about her for quite some time, but I didn't really realize she has on her channel some short little videos that concentrate, you know, on specific things. So I'll link her channel below. It's called Blogilates, and it's based on Pilates, Blogilates, and she's a really good exercise teacher. So she has these little short videos. So for example, this morning I did a video just for thighs and butt, and it was 6 minutes. And it was very challenging, but it was 6 minutes. You know what I mean? So come on, guys, 6 minutes. I think anybody could find the time to do 6 minutes of exercise. And while just 6 minutes of exercise probably isn't going to bring you to the heights of, you know, fitness, you know, optimal fitness, it's better than nothing. And so, you know, in this case with Blogilates, I can do, you know, maybe a 6 minute video today on thighs and butts, and maybe in 2 days I'll do thighs and butts. I'll do a 6 minute video on arms and shoulders. So then you get that balance. But it's just 6 minutes, and it's not going to be for everybody. You know, you have to have, for her videos, you do have to have a certain level of fitness and balance and things like this. But go over and check it out and see if you can find something on there that works for you. And if that doesn't work, there's so much other stuff. So if you're looking for, you know, something specific, just type that in, whether it's, you know, yoga or running or dancing or Zumba or whatever it is. And there's just all kinds of stuff. So Blogilates also has exercise for people in small spaces, so you don't have to, you know, move all your furniture out of the way if you live in a small apartment. So I think that's great, because we can come up with all kinds of excuses, can't we, as to why we don't want to exercise. You know, I'm too tired, I don't have the time, I don't have the space, I don't have the money. We come up with all kinds of excuses. So it's really important that if you really want to exercise, that you got to sometimes think outside the box. Sometimes you got to get creative. Sometimes you got to take some time, ask yourself some questions, come up with some possible answers, and come up with your plan. And so that's what I talked about in my video called Crush Your Fitness Goals, How to Set Yourself Up for Success. And like I said, I'll link that below. But by taking the time to create that plan, that fitness, you know, set up some fitness goals and come up with your plan, you're going to be much more likely to stick to your exercise. Okay. And if you can do it for 30 days, then you're much more likely to make that a lifelong habit, which is the goal, right? We don't want to just exercise, you know, for a short period of time and get in shape and then just drop it. We want to continue our exercise for the rest of our life, so that we can, you know, raise our family, have a job, you know, go into retirement, travel, do all the things we want to do, make our dreams come true. You know, if we are sick and tired and out of shape, we're going to be in just a much less level of ability and able to do those things, right? So if you have dreams and goals of traveling or of opening up your own business or whatever it is, how much more likely are you going to be able to achieve those goals if you're in good shape? You're worth much more when you're in good shape than you are when you're sick and you're tired all the time, right? Okay, right. All right, so that's it. Short one today. Yay. Thank you for watching.